Spoilers follow, and be sure to check the description for content warnings.
Simple Jack! I get to act for a group of gorillas on attack. Yes, I'm on stage or in a cage at the mercy of a child's rage. Tears are always dry cause I never cry. 4-leaf story just a lie. I got a tot, half squat. Adopting him, yes, I'll be my little child cause I'm Jack. Yes, I'm Jack. Well, I'm Jack. 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 I'm Simple Jack. It's Back in Black by AC/DC.
Oh my God.
Oh, thank you so much.
Fucking awesome. Tug Speedman leads a ragtag group of pretend soldiers through the jungle to find out what they're made of in 2008's wildly insensitive Tropic Thunder. Welcome to the Nostalgia Killers podcast, where we revisit films where we revisit films from our youth to see if they still hold up or should be inserted into the great DVD player in the sky. I am Luc Londe, joined once again by AC/DC, apparently.
Hi, Chuck Starzenski, but I often forget my own name, but I do know the sound I make when I die.
Joining us also, once again, is Javier Martinez.
Yes. Also known as the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
And be sure to stick around for our Sonic Death Monkey Top 5 at the end of the show, where we go over our top 5 movie roles that should have ended the actors' careers. Which looks like it's going to be spicy.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 5 hot takes each, basically.
Exactly. It's going to be like, no, hear me out.
I have to admit right up front, I've never seen this.
Whoa.
No way.
Really? First viewing?
Never saw this movie except in little clips on YouTube. So it came out in 2008, and that was when I was basically living in my car. Mm-hmm. And ironically, I was like watching stuff on my iPad video.
Much
like Tug, yeah.
That was a fucking callback right there. But how was this movie to you guys? You must have seen it in the theaters.
Well, I will get mine out of the way as well because it's also anticlimactic. I do not have any nostalgia for this movie. I rented it once with my girlfriend when it came out on DVD and thought it was pretty good. But at the time, I was, an edgy little, 19-year-old and thought it didn't really live up to the hype because everyone's like, dude, this is the funniest movie ever. You got to see it. And I will say I definitely enjoyed it so much more this time around.
Yeah. Awesome. Right on. So in August of 2008, man, I accidentally ended up watching what I thought was the funniest double feature of my life because I went and saw both movies on the same day. I did a little theater skip,
Right.
Sorry about that.
That's why they're closed now.
Yeah, that's why they're
Mr. Save Our Cinemas over here paying fucking $5 to see.
Yeah, I know.
6 hours
Culprit number
movies.
one, dude. Yeah. Rough. I did that for a while too. Anyways, enough of that. So I saw this movie along with Pineapple Express.
Okay.
So I think Pineapple Express came out a week or so after this, and so I think I probably went the second week and watched both of those.
Sure.
And yeah, dude, I whatever. I was 17 or something like that, and it was crying, laughing in theaters. I went with some of my buddies, and we just had such a good time. And we were like, dude. I forget which one we saw first, but whatever one we saw first, we're like, oh, that's the funniest movie ever made. And then we went and saw the second one, and we're like, okay, actually, that might be the funniest movie ever made. But yeah, and then bought it day one as soon as it came out on DVD.
Right.
And I had another buddy at the time, who I won't say his name, but he had never seen the movie.
Secret buddy.
Yeah, he had never seen the movie. And so when I bought the DVD, I was like, oh, you've never seen this movie? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, dude, it's right up your alley. You're going to love it. So we put it on one day. We had a sleepover or whatever, and I put on the movie, and he thought it was even funnier than I did. We were dying hysterically, tears and tears. And as soon as the movie was done, he looks at me and he says, "You want to watch it again?" And I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's like whatever. At 2 a.m, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do that again. Whatever. I had a bunch of like Mountain Dew and pizza or whatever. Like, yeah, let's do that. So we saw it again. Same thing, just laughing and laughing. Totally not even planned, but it just ended up becoming like this thing that we did. So me and that buddy would just watch it every single fucking time that I would go to his house.
Okay.
And so he actually lived right next to the high school that we went to. And so I was over at his house all the time. So it wasn't like I saw it once every couple of months. It was literally like on a weekly basis. I would stay at this guy's house.
Right on.
So you've seen this movie probably upwards of 100 times.
This actually has to be probably the movie that I've seen the most in my entire life.
Right on.
Because
Well,
we watch it. We watch it 2, 3, 4 times in a night.
That I can get behind. That kind of love for film, and when it becomes a ritual like that,
Yeah.
no matter what movie it is,
Yeah.
that I can totally appreciate your appreciation for this film.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so there's just so much nostalgia attached. Because every time I watch this movie, I think about like
That's awesome.
Yeah, me and my
Yeah.
buddy watched this movie back to back. His mom coming in at like 3 a.m, like giving us a look of like concern and disgust. Like, you guys are watching this for the 3rd fucking time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, coming out like, hey, can you guys go the fuck to sleep? Y'all are like laughing and yelling. But yeah, it's just yeah.
Mine for like I have a film just like that. SLC Punk. I may have told you guys before, but I lived with 2 punks when I finally saw that movie, and our VCR broke. So we just had this on DVD, and like we couldn't get it out. So it was just on repeat. It was just on repeat. It's the only channel we had. We didn't have cable
Oh my
or anything.
God.
So we just watched this movie. It was nothing but repeating over and over and over. We never got the disc out. So it was fucking,
That's so funny.
yeah. I had
It's like a
same deal.
screener at a video store. It's like on.
We walk in like, hey, what's on? Oh, that's again. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's I can totally appreciate that love for that repetition. And that
Totally, yeah. And it's been a minute since I've seen it because I don't hang out with that buddy anymore.
Right.
So maybe whatever, like a year or 2 ago, I probably saw it last time. So yeah, it was nice to see that it's still.
it's not a bad one to have either.
No.
Like it was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, it
Like
was
other
great.
than the really concerning parts,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah,
No.
I dig it, dude. Do you want to go into your most nostalgic scenes?
Is it just every scene
it's
because it's
literally
baked
just-
into your brain?
God, it's everything. Yeah, it's just, I put this movie on and, I mean, I laughed from like frame 1, right? Because it's the booty sweat scene. So I'm already
Oh
laughing.
yeah, the ads.
Yeah, the ads. Those ads are
the-
so great. So I had that as my
they're
first thing.
awesome.
Is like the ads. The ads. It's just such a great way to start the movie.
Yeah.
Because none of those fall. At least in my opinion, none of those ads fall flat. Like they're all hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Like even the stupid ass fatties, like with Jack Black farting. Like I'm like, dude, I'm laughing at his farts. It's so funny.
Like without even knowing it, that's how we did Farm to Travis. It's like
Yeah.
we had the commercials at the beginning,
Right.
and we did our own like spoofs and stuff.
Yeah. So
What's
yeah.
your guys' favorite trailer?
I gotta say it's Satan's Alley, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even have to think. It's Satan's Alley.
Toby showing up, dude.
I know.
It's so good.
I also love that it's they play it so straight. It's so great, and then I also just love that he's introduced as MTV Movie Awards Best Kiss like winner.
Yes, great stuff. And
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
So good.
I had to rewind it twice to hear, like, and crank the volume to hear what he was whispering.
sorry to interrupt, Tavi. What were you saying?
No, I mean that's it. Just the fact
the-
that like
the intros?
right at the get go, the intros,
commercials.
like, I watch them as soon as they're done. I'm like, I'm gonna try my hardest to be totally unbiased to this film, but nah, I fucking love this thing. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to not love this. Like, it's great.
If anything, it's a masterful like demonstration of world building.
Yeah.
Just with those little spoofs like up front, man. Just this was handled so well, and I'm not surprised. It's Ben Stiller behind it all.
Yeah.
Like, with everything going on. What is it? Severance.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of it.
I haven't
but
seen it, no.
I'm anxious to watch it. Though.
After I saw this, I was kind of like, oh man, I should really go watch that because I keep
Yeah,
hearing
'cause-
great stuff about it. And yeah,
Everything he's ever directed is phenomenal,
Yeah,
honestly.
he's a filmmaker's filmmaker. I think.
Yeah.
I can get behind Ben Stiller on pretty much anything he's done.
yeah,
Except-
which is
except Simple Jack. That's it was pretty rough, man. I mean, the one thing that really stuck out to me was when Jay was just trying to take a piss and he kept getting bothered.
Also, speaking of like world building and character development, just sorry, not to cut you off,
Go ahead.
but like
That's all- it's
the
all I have.
way that they handle that
Yeah.
Like you have like a true thespian, go up and pretend to pee and just talk to the guy. And then I love that Tug is just, so not comfortable actually acting that he has to grab a booty sweat and like pierce it and pour it out
everywhere.
Yeah,
Obviously what it is.
exactly.
So stupid.
It's like he can't cry and neither can he fake a piss either. So it's just one of those like, oh yeah, like I need a prop. I can't like just pretend to pee.
And then my only other favorite thing, like super favorite thing, is Nick Nolte. Just like
So
kind of in the background there.
So glad to see him here. Yeah.
Yeah. Just being the grizzled, gruff guy.
4-leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Nolte, like spit yelling, like all of his lines will never not be like gold in my book. Like anytime he turns red, it's like it's
Yeah. So you guys have to watch the outtakes. There's a bunch of him doing his stuff in there. It's great.
You gotta take them boys out in the shit. Well, I'll be the bad guy.
do it, man.
I'm just gonna jump in. My most nostalgic scene, my favorite thing about this movie. Here we are. It's my last episode. Robert Downey Jr. as a whole.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
This is Robert Downey Jr.'s best movie. Mm-hmm. Hands down. And this was gonna be my hot take, but I have another hot take later.
Uh-oh.
That will tie into this. And I'm just going to quick, also get one of my biggest nitpicks out of the way. I'm not going to defend the blackface. That was not a great idea. Like the character could have been played without the makeup and all that, but the satirical take on a self-absorbed method actor and just like Hollywood's commitment to, oh my God, you know who we should get for this? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
As opposed to any person of color.
Yeah.
Like, is just, it's played so well. Like, just, the level of satirical take on it is great. And just, like, actually having an African-American performer to play off of and call him out on his bullshit the whole time, I think is
That's the only
very
reason,
clutch
only reason
to
I
this
kept
movie.
watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like there's someone to call him out in the movie.
Also, he's just, he's so good. He's, like, aside, he's just so immersed in the character, which is the point of the character.
Yeah.
But also, like, him switching between... Like at the end when we're pulling back the layers of the onion and like when he's finally Australian, he fucking sells that too. Like it's great.
So good.
Yeah. I got the feeling, they had the idea to make him Australian to like deflect from the problematic
If he was American,
blackface
yeah.
American. But they had the same problem in Australia
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
but-
Aboriginals.
Sure.
It's not exactly getting anyone out of trouble there. Like,
Totally. I don't know if I put it in the trivia, but I'll bring that up.
Okay.
Like, a comment regarding that.
but I kind of laughed at him kind of pretending to be Australian too.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not very good at it.
No, it's so good though. It's so...
No, and again, this film does such a good job. It's brilliant in terms of like the satire that it does. Because not only like you mentioned, we have Al Pacino bouncing off of what Kirk is doing and like it's clearly offensive, right?
Yeah.
But if you notice, like it doesn't start off that way, and then like every time he makes a comment, it's only like it's a little bit more aggressive than the previous comment.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's almost too like because he's supposed to be an up and comer. Or he's a rapper. This isn't his thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost that thing that you kind of unfortunately hear about in Hollywood, especially nowadays. A lot of, right? We're getting these stories of like people that felt they weren't in a position of power to like call out these people who were like clearly like doing fucked up shit, right? So he's almost like, oh, like Kirk's like the big star, right? Like I can't call him out on his shit, but at one point it's like, okay, dude, this is like you need to calm the fuck down.
Like if Keanu Reeves was just like telling you, like putting his arm around you and then all of a sudden just casually saying the N-word, you're like... Oh, I hate this. But this is also Keanu Reeves, and this is the man who's going to make or break my career, basically.
Yeah, I love their final conversation where Downey Jr. asks if they're cool, and he's like, "Not really."
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Never
Yeah.
forgiven. I like that.
Exactly.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You guys got any more?
I've got so many more. I'm sure Javi does too.
This is my first time seeing it, so
Yeah. I mean, I could talk about Kirk Lazarus all day, and Robert Downey Jr. It's just so good. Every single line he throws is like. So me and my friends would quote. We still do to this day. I quote this movie like almost on the daily. Like we have lines for every kind of situation from this film. So it's just good. But let's talk about the other guy, dude. Les Grossman, Tom Cruise. That's so fucking funny too. And like, I mean, again. Yeah, unfortunately, probably closer to what he is like in real life. But
I wonder if it's more like some of those people in Scientology that he was mimicking.
Yeah, there's a. I mean, I didn't
like a lot of Weinstein there for sure.
I think there's some Miscavige, some of the other people.
Yeah, this isn't like in the trivia or anything, but yeah, it is definitely there's a bunch of different stories as to like who they base it off of, and it's mostly just producers. Like Tom says, there's this one so and so producer. Ben says, oh, well, it was more like this other producer, and that's just.
It just turns out they're all like that.
Yeah.
They all suck. Yeah.
Yeah, they even said that like the producer of this film. I forget his name, but then I looked him up and I'm like, oh yeah, he does look like the character.
He
that
looks
Tom
like
Cruise,
Les Grossman.
Yeah, I think he's got the yeah. I'm like, oh, that's and he's got even the same glasses, I think too. So that's
that
funny.
first call had me in tears.
Oh yeah.
It's like, who's the key grip?
Yeah.
Good. Punch him in the face, and then he's like, I'm really sorry about this, sir.
One thing that I really, one little bit that I really liked was the scene where, and I forget Jay's name in the movie, but Jay's walking, they're walking and he's talking about the whole HD DVD versus Blu-ray.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just like going on and on. And then Kirk turns out, I was like, talking to me this whole time?
The whole time?
Yeah. It's so, I laughed hysterically because.
I mean, full disclosure, that's probably my actual most nostalgic scene because that's where I learned why, like, we don't have HD DVD.
Yeah. Totally. But it's so funny to me because like my kids that I work with do that all the time. Like they're just talking at whatever, at whoever will listen. Yeah. And there's moments where I'm just like, I'll turn around. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, have you been talking to me? I literally, you telling me this whole time?
Am
like,
I the guy?
Yeah. But yeah, it's just so funny. I was talking to whoever would listen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm going to be that guy. Tug reenacting Simple Jack in hostage prison jail.
Yeah.
So good. Like, not the actual, like, you know, and I'll get to the nitpicks, like the use of the R word and like the actual portrayal of, you know, neurodivergent and handicapped people. Not great. But the fact that that's what saves his life. And then he's just in this like essentially like kabuki jail.
Yeah.
And the whole post performance of him wiping off the white kabuki makeup, but also looking at himself like, you're a star. You're respected here. That whole scene. Oh my God.
Yeah. That whole direction was pretty good. And then the apocalypse now, when they try to go rescue him, he's turned at the end. It's like, no, I live here now.
Yeah. I have that in my like, my shots, but just
same here.
all of the callbacks to the Vietnam films.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I mean, I rented it instead of buying it this time because I wasn't sure, but I'm probably not going to buy it.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was dense. It was good. It was a Ben Stiller movie.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah. I don't know.
Any more happy stuff to talk about before we get to the...
I've got 3 to burn through if you don't.
Go for it all. Yeah.
You want to go 1-to-1?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I've got just Tug murdering the panda. So good.
So well done.
Well done. Yeah.
Didn't see it coming. Like, what the hell?
I know. And then just like, I did it. I killed the only thing I love. And then it's like, oh God, you killed a hooker. And then it's like, no, a panda. And it's like, whoa. Like, let's not use Amanda. Like, no. Like, don't name her. Let's not.
Probably wasn't even her name, dude. Like,
Exactly.
Jeff battling with his drug withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's just so like I think Jack Black did such a good job of just
Pretty
like
good.
bad shit like you know, he's flipping before like no, I'm freezing and it's like, you want my jacket? No, it's hot as fuck, like I melted out. He's like an oven, like yeah, and just wanting to I'm gonna take that buffalo's skin and wear it as a leotard. He's got the shivers. It's so good.
You're going to tie me to that tree. I'm going to tell you I'm fine. I'm going to tell you everything's cool. That is the very definition of things are not cool. Yeah. We are right above the golden triangle. I will literally kill myself if I get down to that compound. Like,
or he's like, oh, I'm going to do all the cocaine in the world, man. And he does the rapid blinking. It's so good.
as far as little scenes, just the fucking end of Tug throwing half squat in the river had me in tears. Just being stabbed by a child in the back as he's running across the bridge, and just the classic like grab and toss, and like very clearly a dummy just like spiraling out. Just
No, Tug. You don't have to explain to me why you don't need TiVo or clean water or a roof over your head. Just like it is fun. It makes it even funny because I'm almost positive that at that time, the TiVo thing was already like a fading thing.
already
Like,
obsolete,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or like it was just at the end of its life. And so the fact that he's just like so focused on like, no, I'm getting you that TiVo. Like this is bullshit. It's so funny. And then that being like the saving device, you know?
Yeah, they didn't fail on the Chekhov's gun thing.
Yeah. Dude, best agent in the world, man. If I'm ever going to acting, that's what I want.
Fucking McConaughey too.
I want
out
the
of
pecker,
nowhere.
man.
Yeah.
My last one I want to touch on is just Danny McBride's, I don't know his character's name, but I'm just going to call him Danny McBride. Danny McBride's incidents on very innocent films. Like losing his finger on Driving Miss Daisy. Like what happened? Like there's no stunts in that movie. And then also almost blinding Jamie Lee Curtis on Freaky Friday.
Oh, such good jokes.
All right, we can get to the nitty gritty if you'd like.
Where do we start? So many things that are just not cool today, if they even ever were. Again, I really laughed at a lot of things, but I kind of wish they would have tried harder. Like to me, leaning on the R word stuff is kind of lazy. Even though I know there's a huge section of the audience they're going for that just eats that stuff up. That and the blackface, you know. Aside from that, everything's pretty fucking funny. But like,
Yeah.
I kept getting taken out of it by just how much.
Yeah, the R word stuff caught me off guard, and the like never go full R word scene. I will say that is pretty brilliant. Just like the
is.
explanation, and
Yeah.
it's really funny. But it is just the constant like doubling down on just
Yeah.
like it's like there's other ways to talk about the
Yeah, I understand what you guys are saying. I'm definitely. I'll just say it right here. I'm in the camp where like I don't think that's a problem. I'll be honest. Like I would have no problem recommending this to like.
Oh no yeah.
Like anybody. Like I'd be like, like there's some stuff in there. Like, but it just, again, I think they do a well enough job with their satire that it's like clearly like like it's like, I mean you guys know, right? That it's they're talking about the actors, right, and just actors in general, and like what they're willing to do for their roles and all stuff. So like I just. But anyways, I'm not going to go off on it. Like I totally.
No, I think I'm definitely on your side of the argument as well. Like I think that it is just like it's pure satire, and it's just it works. It's great. It's fucking hilarious, and it's the like, I think it's just the, 15 years removed basically, and it's just kind of like one of those like, oh, all right, yeah. We don't just say that word as much as we used to, kind of thing. It's like that kind of thing. But that being said, like, had they found other ways to kind of address it? It's like, oh yeah, like, because everything that all their like, especially all the acting points, fucking hilarious. I Am Sam actually almost made my list of movies at the end because I was like, fucking A, that movie's awful. Like as far as just like sheer like portrayal of that kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah. My two, I only have two nitpicks, and they're pretty minor. The first one being, and it's funny because you brought it up, but or you brought it up as one of the things you liked, but I think that the, what do we call them, the drug ring, the Flaming Dragon, right? The whole thing with them being like super obsessed with Simple Jack and making him perform over and over, I felt like that kind of dragged for me a little bit.
Yeah.
This time around, I was kind of like, oh, this kind of goes on for a while, So it wasn't like a huge, it's obviously not a deal breaker or anything, but I just felt like it dragged, and I was like, okay, like, can we, like, I get it. They think it's the best thing ever, and just kind of drags.
Yeah.
But yeah, all I had was that, and then something that like bothered me the first time around when I watched it, and still I think to this day kind of like also bothers me, is the build up to Ben Stiller's line where he's like, "I'm a Mr. Illusion," right? Where they're like, "Are you with us?" And he's, it just feels,
that scene is, I said song. Sorry, it's St. Patty's Day. We're recording. Full disclosure. But yeah, that scene is so long.
Yeah. And I feel like it's great. Like they're building the suspense, but then like when he delivers that line, I just felt it wasn't strong enough. Like it wasn't punchy enough. Like I'm just like, okay, like some silly like incoherent like whatever. Like I'm a Rooster Illusion. Like, okay, and just something that like I was like, oh maybe I missed something when I was younger, and then I saw it and I was like, oh no, I'm like. I even had to do like a Google thing, like, oh, like what is that like a thing? And someone's like, I don't know, it could be a reference to like one of those ink blot tests that's kind of like that. Or I was like, okay, but like what? I don't know. And I think they've interviewed them and they're like, no, we just thought it was something really funny to say. And I'm like, okay,
It
wasn't that funny.
I tied it to Alice in Chains' song "Rooster." which was about the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
I thought calling someone a rooster is just like, like a badass who was walking around Vietnam.
Yeah. So
Maybe. I don't know.
anyways, but it's just weird. It's just like, I just feel like it's, like it's missing something. I'm like, oh, okay. There's the punchline and it's not funny for me. But, yeah.
I laughed. I thought it was funny.
I liked it as well.
That's all I got.
Yeah, my final nitpick is just Les Grossman's dance at the end. It just felt very like, I was just like, I don't like, I was like, dude, just let it die. Like, that wasn't the funny part of the character. Him dancing wasn't the funny part. The funny part is him being a miserable piece of shit. So I was just like, oh, okay, he's dancing. Cool. That's fun.
Oh, I think it's hilarious.
I think people stayed through the whole movie just to watch the end credits and him dancing.
I think that was also, that was something that stuck with me. I remember like I didn't love it when I first saw it when I was 19 either. I was like, Tom Cruise is a weirdo. I don't want to watch this guy dance. And then just like, again, I'm like, Tom Cruise is still a weirdo. I don't want to watch this guy dance. Yeah.
Now that was part of the clips that I consumed as I watched it when it came out was just him dancing and being weird, and I still laughed. I thought it was really well done.
I also had I was telling Chuck a little bit earlier, but my wife chose not to watch this movie with me because she's like, oh, I've seen it, I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah.
And then like, at some point in the film, she's just kind of like walking by, or she sits on the couch, she's on her phone, she's like, wait, what is this? And I'm like, you said it's Tropic Thunder. She's like, no, I don't know what this is. And I'm like, okay. So she kind of watched it on and off. And then probably like past the halfway point, like 3/4 of the movie, it's one of the Les Grossman scenes. And she's like, can you tell me who this guy is? Because it's really driving me crazy. Like he looks so familiar. And I've been trying to, and I can't figure it out. I'm like, that's fucking Tom Cruise. And she's like, spit out her. She's like, what? Oh shit, you're right. So yeah, seeing him in all the prosthetics and stuff, it's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen him do anything else like this outside of Magnolia. Like Magnolia was the only time when he was like this kind of crazy, like cult leader type person.
Yeah. Willing to lightly make fun of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was also icky. I don't know. My ick is now with Jack Black, whom I used to really be a big fan of, but then he kind of quit the band, and because Kyle said, maybe the next person shouldn't miss.
Yeah. Oh, are Tenacious D done now?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the Kyle Gas Band.
that's insane.
And
That is some bootlicking bullshit.
It's come to light that Jack Black's, I don't know if we'll leave this in, but he's a Zionist as well. So he's kind of on the wrong side of the Palestine thing.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize he was Jewish. Yeah.
I don't know either.
Yeah. But sorry, Jack, I can't back you on this one anymore.
Yeah.
But on to our rainy day double feature.
I'll go mine first because I kind of already talked about it, but it would just be my original double feature that I...
This movie twice?
This movie 4 times, and then Pineapple Express.
Pineapple
So yeah, Pineapple
Right.
Express, just because that's the memory, and that's immediately what I would go to if someone's like, let's watch another one.
Sure.
What else you got? I got Pineapple Express, buddy.
Chuck?
Yeah. I said Bowfinger because it's another film about filmmaking that has its subjects toe the line of what's real and what's not, and puts them in a lot of danger.
I just saw a bunch of clips of that today, and I can't wait
way.
to watch that again.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to do that for this show.
Chubby Rain.
I fucking love it. I went with Dodgeball. The other same time period. I can't count again how many times I've watched that. Much like you've watched Tropic Thunder, I've must have seen Dodgeball a million times.
Have you seen the superior film to Dodgeball that's the same character, though?
Oh.
Heavyweights.
Oh, God.
Heavyweights is so good.
There's Heavyweights. And what's the other one with Johnny Knoxville? The
Ringer?
The Ringer, yeah.
Those are different films.
I know.
Oh, I would love to do that one.
You guys.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We go on to our cocktail.
Yeah, well, in honor of Al Pacino, we're drinking Booty Sweat. So we've got 2 ounces of Tapatio Blanco, 3/4 of an ounce of an unsponsored energy drink, an ounce of lemon, an ounce of a homemade grenadine, 1/4 ounce of orange juice, and a little splash of soda water. Mix all the ingredients over ice and sip with the label out to one of the hundreds of mini cameras totally hidden within the jungle, and you are totally still on film while you're doing this raid of a heroin compound.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
I like to imagine the homemade grenadine glows from your own nipples.
It does, yeah.
Very good.
Bust that ass.
House milked. I used a, again, unsponsored energy drink, but like I purposely bought it at a gas station and was just like, oh, I hate this stuff. And then I was making the drink and I was like, oh, please don't let it taste just like that. Please don't. And then when I first made it, I took a sip and I was like, all I can taste is that. And then I had to basically retool the drink.
What is it?
It's a Red Bull. Not a Red Bull guy.
No?
No.
Oh, shit.
It's funny because I feel like that's one of the milder ones. Like it's one of the most kind of in the middle.
I just had to stop, quit drinking because I was drinking too much.
Oh, for me, it's like Red Bull and Monster.
You got me fucking hooked again.
Yeah. Also, please sponsor us. Just because I don't like Red Bull or Monster, please support the show. We'll do extreme sports while we record.
Thank you, Chuck. It is quite tasty.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting me back on the crack. And that brings us to our dead drop for this film, which I just went ahead with TiVo.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll take our first ad break.
Ad break number 1.
You want to do it?
And we're back with everyone's favorite bit, Nostalgia Killers Trivia. It's time to see whether or not we know a thing or two about... What film are we doing? Oh, that's right.
Simple Jack?
Simple Jack here, yeah. It's time to see if we know Simple Jack or if we're just...
Please be nothing but Simple Jack trivia.
A little bit of whack, yeah.
Luckily for you guys, no. Surprisingly, trivia was pretty slim for this film. I ended up having to read a bunch of articles and watch some interviews and stuff to try to scourge, but
right.
I got some stuff. So.
Okay.
So for our first couple of questions, we have alternative casting. All right. So question number 1: who was not offered the role of Al Pacino? A. Mos Def, B. Kevin Hart, or C. Ludacris?
I'll go Kevin Hart.
I'm going to go Kevin Hart as well.
It is C. Ludacris.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Yeah, and actually, Kevin Hart was offered it, and famously, he actually refused because he didn't want to play a gay character.
Oh.
And it was one of those things where he tried to backtrack later and was like, well, what I meant was that I can't convincingly
Whatever.
I'm just
Kevin.
so masculine. There's no way someone would... That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like Mos Def. I love Ludacris.
Yeah, Mos Def was actually the first choice.
They would have been
before Kevin
hilarious.
Hart,
They would have been great.
Question number 2. Who was Ben Stiller's original first choice for Tug Speedman? Is it A. Arnold Schwarzenegger, B. John Cena, D. Channing Tatum, wait. A. Arnold Schwarzenegger, B. John Cena, C. Channing Tatum, D. Keanu Reeves, or E. Vin Diesel?
I'm going to go C. Channing Tatum.
Vin Diesel?
D. Keanu Reeves.
What?
Yeah, he really wanted Keanu Reeves, and they had conversations about it, but it ended up not working out. Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
I love Keanu, but that would not have worked.
No, that would have been terrible.
Not have worked.
It also would have been mean, being like, Keanu can't cry, and you're like, oh, dude, like, most people think Keanu can't act. Like, fuck, leave him alone.
Wow, scoreless. All right.
Yeah.
Question number 3. Who was not considered for the role of Peck, Tug's agent?
Right.
A. David Spade, B. Tom Cruise, C. Ben Stiller, or D. Owen Wilson?
I'm going to say B. Tom Cruise.
I'll go Stiller.
You guys will remain scoreless because it is A. David Spade.
What?
Yeah. Actually, Tom Cruise was the original. He was one of the original choices.
Original Peck.
Yeah, but then he really wanted to do less gross. He actually formulated the idea of a studio executive, and so he was like, "Well, you need an executive." Ben Stiller was the first choice. He wanted to play that originally, and then he wanted Owen to do it, but Owen was having his mental health struggles at the time. If you guys remember that.
I do, yeah. That was after the Darjeeling Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, right on.
All right, this is going to be, this is a nail biter.
Yeah. All right, this is the last alternative casting question, right? So what actor, and this is the fun one, what actor passed on the role of Kirk Lazarus? A. Sean Penn, B. Daniel Day-Lewis, C. Colin Farrell, or D. Russell Crowe?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Just to be different, I'm going to say Russell Crowe.
You guys remain scoreless. It is A. Sean Penn.
Not even first.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's also like Sean Penn making. Yeah, I mean, I can see how he would pass because he's making a joke about himself.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Calls out "I am Sam," and he does not seem like a self-referential kind of guy. He definitely lost his chill after, Fast Times. Like that was it.
But the other three choices, Daniel Day, Colin Farrell, and Russell Crowe, that was the three actors that Robert Downey Jr. based his portrayal of Kirk Lazarus off of.
Ah.
So he thought, like, what would they do?
Nice.
Just funny in itself. Question number 5. True or false? Neither the dance nor the use of the song Low was written into the script.
True.
It is true. The dance was improvised by Tom Cruise, and Low was added post-production after the song gained radio popularity.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way he's moving and the way Bill Hader is reacting, I was like, that's not fucking Low playing in the background.
Yeah. Try to figure out if there was anything originally playing, but I couldn't find it. So, question number 6: True or false? The original idea for the actor that would play Lazarus was that an African American actor with an Irish accent would play the role as if they were an Irish actor in makeup. However, when they were unable to find such an actor, the role was reversed and then offered to RDJ.
And this is a true or false?
I'm gonna say false.
I'll go true.
It is false.
It
is false. Yeah, it was always written that way. Yeah.
I was like, that seems to be the deep social commentary. Like that's part of it. So I was like, that'd be a weird thing to flip.
Yeah, although the tidbit that I was going to mention was that Lazarus was originally meant to be Irish, but Robert Downey Jr. said he preferred to do an Australian accent because he had already mastered it for Natural Born Killers. And he didn't want to learn another accent. He didn't want to learn, he felt he could do the comedy more natural.
Right.
Yeah, something you already knew. Question number 7, true or false? Jeff Portnoy's suggestion that they rescue Tug by catapulting themselves into the camp was actually the original third act.
True.
False.
It is true. Yeah, that was the original way that they rescued Tug, was catapulting themselves with underwear into the camp. Which Ben Stiller said, yeah, it was a really stupid idea. I'm not sure why I wrote that.
Doing a Robin Hood, huh?
I also love that scene where he says that, like he just describes like the third act of a shitty like comedy movie he was in, and it was just like, yeah, that was a movie you were in. That's not a plan.
Yeah, so what are we gonna do, guys? Like, yeah.
My first thought was, where are you gonna get a catapult?
Yeah.
How?
Well, and also like the whole thing is like he's like, yeah, we steal all the bras from the sorority and we do this, and it's like, yeah, there's 4 of us wearing underwear. Like we're gonna get like exactly like 1 foot. Where are we gonna?
Let's follow the guy on speed withdrawals.
Exactly.
True or false? In the original script, Kirk Lazarus was not meant to stay in character for the entirety of the movie.
False.
True.
It is true. Yeah, he was originally supposed to break character as soon as he realized it wasn't a movie. But then as they were writing it, they realized it would be funnier if he stayed in character.
Oh, yeah, it's way funnier.
All the bullshit. And which it is. Yeah. Absolutely.
It was pretty damn funny.
Question number 9. Which of these was the last footage shot for the film? A, the opening war scene. B, the R-slur conversation. C, the booty sweat commercial. Or D, the fake Oscar ceremony.
I'm gonna go D, the Oscar ceremony.
I'm gonna go with A.
It is C, the booty sweat commercial.
What?
Damn it.
It was actually shot on Thanksgiving morning. Yeah, and they like paid Brandon Jackson extra for that, and they like got him like through the front line of the airport like quick so he could go home and see his family.
Okay.
Yeah. It was Thanksgiving morning they shot that. So
Right on.
8 a.m. shooting booty sweat.
I figured it would have been the opening scene because that's obviously the most expensive.
The opening scene was actually that was the first thing they shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually spent like 4 weeks on that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Yeah. Which again we didn't mention enough, but that was one of the things like they did the tones so well in this movie, like all the shifts between tones and
yeah.
everything that was like whatever's supposed to be an action scene, it's like masterfully done. Like, yeah, that's what a fucking action movie looks like.
Yeah.
Everything that was a dramatic scene, like it's just so good.
Yep.
So good.
Yeah, I was locked in. Like, I was like, I want to watch this bad Platoon ripoff. Like, honestly, I was like, dude, I would rent this. This is great.
Yeah. Question number 10. Where did Jack Black's lines about stroking the shaft, cradle the balls, swallow the gravy originate from? A. Dialogue from a Vietnam-era porno screened for the cast. B. Hollywood urban legend involving Sylvester Stallone. C. Unused dialogue from Tenacious D in The Pick of Destiny. Or D. Jack Black's response to Ben Stiller's question of, what would you do for the thing you love the most in the world?
I was going to say C, but I'm going to go D.
I'll go C.
It is B. Apparently there's a really famous Hollywood urban legend that's been around for a long time about Sylvester Stallone taking some lower level female crew member to his trailer and still having his mic on. And a sound guy picking up on it and turning it up because he couldn't figure out who was talking.
Yeah.
And supposedly, Stallone saying like, stroke the shaft, cradle the balls, swallow the gravy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel dirty.
I'm glad I,
You can have this one, Chuck.
I'm glad I killed Rocky now.
I actually have a bonus question.
Oh.
So, spoiler alert, Luke is behind, but maybe we got some time to catch up, Luke. All right, bonus question. It's kind of a round robin. We'll do a round robin for it. Name the 4 actors that Tug Speedman beat out for Best Lead Actor at the fake Oscars.
Tobey Maguire.
Okay, that's 1.
John Voight.
That's 2.
Damn it. Trying to think off the top of my head. I'm just going to say Daniel Day-Lewis because I can't think of anybody else.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm out.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys got 2. You guys got 1 each. It was Sean Penn.
Damn it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was playing like it looked like he was playing a blind man.
Yeah.
He was like reading Braille and he had the glasses.
Okay.
And Tom Hanks was the other one. He was in a wheelchair. He was like running like a marathon or something.
Right on.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you very much, Javi. That was a very challenging round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time we had no points in the beginning.
No points for like half
First
the game.
5,
Yeah.
Well, it's at this time we like to thank our executive producer, Javier Martinez.
Thank you so much, Addie. You know what? You have been our executive producer since day one, and I would cut through any length of jungle to get a TiVo for you. In fact, like, would you like a Wii? Would you like a BlackBerry? Would you like an iPod Nano? Would you like any random, very dated piece of technology from this film from 2008? Because I will buy it on eBay for you.
Let's use the money Addie has given us to give her an award, like a TiVo.
Exactly. Yeah.
That doesn't work. Or a Wii with a TiVo sticker.
We don't know. She might have like an old CRT TV. Like she might have like, the fucking yellow, red, white hookups. Who knows?
Thank you as always, Addie. And if you too would like to support us and have your name shouted out on each episode as an executive producer, you can support us for $15 a month on Patreon, patreon.com/the Nostalgia Killers podcast. And with that, we'll take our second ad break.
Ad break number 2.
And we're back with Act 3, the award categories. Under the glow of the plants lights over there.
Oh yeah, it's very fun and ominous.
Very, very ominous lighting we have going on. You'll just have to trust me. And we want to start off with our new band name. Lots to choose from in here. I wish I could have watched it a second time to like dig. But I got a Booty Sweat Kingpin. It's just too good. The jokes are too good. What was the nut bar? Was it Bustin' Nut
Bustin' Nut Bar.
God, so play it so straight and just like that's the kind of shit they were coming up with
Yeah.
back then too.
Yeah.
I'm out of my jelly beans, man. It's like, well, I got like 6 busted nut bars.
How about you guys?
So I got band, album, single. My band is Beds Give Me Nightmares. With their album 16 Hours Before They Wake Up. And their single, Tiptoe, parentheses, Past My Wedding Ring.
That image will stick with me for quite a while. Very, very elegantly put. Wow. We got to write that into the show somehow. That's just too good.
So yeah, I also did band, song, album. I have The Wet Offensive. They're a
Nice.
post-hardcore band with their hit song, I'm Just a Little Boy. And then in parentheses, playing with his dick. And then in another set of parentheses, when he's nervous. And it's off of their hit album, 5 Men in a Helicopter. And then once again, this band loves parentheses with 3 other men.
So good.
You're just 5 men in a helicopter. With
It was an unfortunate early exit for Steve Coogan.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's brilliant, but also like I think that I love it when you make a choice like that. When you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna just kill this character off, and that is like, boom, the jumping point.
Yeah.
Because like he is great, and it would be great to see him in it. And like like an easy first draft of this movie is like, oh, we have to save the director because he got kidnapped by the heroin gang. But it's
Right.
like, nah.
Yeah, this being my first time actually watching the
Oh,
movie.
right.
Had no idea that happened.
Oh, I remember.
I had to
the
rewind
first time it happened.
cause,
Yeah.
Because like 1 minute I looked away, and next minute I looked back and it was just fucking red mist. It's like, that was unexpected.
Where is he? What do you mean? He's all over the place.
No, come on, guys, it's just Caro syrup and red dye, and he's
God,
like
yeah.
licking the head.
Hey, yo, assholes! This motherfucker's dead.
Also, I love just the commitment of not breaking character. Like, it's like, someone died, and we're still going to just...
That takes us to our Roger Deakins Would Be Proud Award for cinematography. There were a few shots that caught my eye. Mm-hmm. One especially when Tug is leaving the group, and there's a techno crane, like a dolly back, away from the other guys.
Oh, yeah.
Following his character.
Oh, yeah.
That's when the camera kind of takes on his personality and like the distancing from the people. It's like very obvious distancing from the group. Not that it's like a super dramatic movie or anything, but like that was a really well done shot.
Yeah. No, again, they like every tone that they're going for, they nail it, dude.
Yeah. And I don't know if they were spoofing another movie, but they were just, it fit really well.
Yeah. I had the panda attack scene where we have like the rain going and we have the flashing lights and like the thunder. They just, again, just such a good job of it. It's like so intense and it's exactly what would happen.
I thought it was a jaguar. I thought it was a cat.
Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I had, as far as an actual shot, I had Jeff's heroin Indiana Jones shot. Like, it's framed perfectly, and it's exactly like the classic, Harrison Ford tossing the weight, looking at the gold idol.
Yep.
But he's just looking at a pound of heroin. Aside from that, it's just all the homage shots. Like, it's like
So
Tug's,
good. Yeah.
Tug's platoon, arm raise, getting shot, death, like, just all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, actually. The original introduction for Nick Nolte's character was supposed to be an homage to Clint in Jaws, or Quint. Sorry, Quint.
Quint.
Yeah,
he was supposed to,
he was gonna do the whole.
scratch.
Yeah. But then Ben Stiller was like, no, that's too much. So they axed it. Yeah, but yeah, the homages are great. Yeah, it's a good one.
I love Tug when he was, this isn't cinematic or anything, but he's at this little resort when they're not shooting, and he's got the hooks on his hand. Trying to live his life normally, trying to get into the character. It was a very, very understated, very funny joke, I think.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of understated funny jokes, one of my axed band names was they're doing the hit piece on him on like Entertainment Weekly or something like that. And it's just like Maria Menounos is like, like the only quote from someone that's close to Tug, and then this and that. And he's just like, And it's like a very, defaming quote. And then he's like, someone was close to me? Like, he's very just like, wait, what? That happened? Hold on. Like, how coked out was I, like, at this party? Like, that I actually connected with another human being? Like, whoa, let's figure this out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is literally one of those movies where, like, people use it in, like, reviews, like, the laugh a minute. Like, I think this is one of those where, like,
Yeah.
I was laughing the entire time.
Yeah, it was very dense. Very, very much a Ben Stiller movie. On to, is that Channing Tatum in a dog collar award? So many.
Yeah.
Quite a few cameos. On to Guy Pearce.
I gave it to Bill Hader as Les'
Yeah, I got
assistant. Like, I forgot he was in this, and he's so good. And he's doing this, like, weird John Malkovich-esque voice that I was like, is that Bill Hader? And then I was like, oh, that's Bill Hader.
I had Reggie Lee, one of the guys from Flaming Dragon. The main guy says, this is Flaming Dragon. Yeah, that guy. I think this was probably one of his first films.
Okay.
But then he's in a bunch of stuff after that. And so, like, it's funny to look back, like, oh, that's right. This was, like, the first, like, big-ish role he had. But, yeah, he's great.
I get Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Not introduced at the beginning of the film. Shows up in the middle. Comes to save the day at the end. Him being as big as he is and was back then, surprising he took the role.
Yeah.
It looks like it would seem like it was just a huge favor. Like, they can't have paid him that much. And maybe he just has a good sense of humor. I don't know. But
Or maybe they gave him that G5 after all,
On to Guy Pearce's trash, redacted. A controversial hot take. I got a couple. You guys got anything?
I got one.
Go for it.
So, 2009 Oscars, right? RDJ was nominated Best Supporting Actor. And he lost out to Heath Ledger for The Dark Knight. So my hot take is, I think if Heath Ledger hadn't died, and I'm not trying to be offensive, I think Robert Downey Jr. would have had it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. That's hard. That's such a role, though.
And I'm not, again, I love The Dark Knight. I love Heath Ledger's Joker. Nothing against the guy, and I'm trying to do this as disrespectfully as possible.
Well, that's what this section's all about.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
but the way the Academy is, like, to this day, like, I really think that his unfortunate passing, like, definitely gave him that extra boost.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
To even get I'm not, to even get into the nominations, but then to win, I really think if he hadn't passed, like, I still think he would have been nominated.
Are you trying to say Heath Ledger overdosed on pills in order to win an Oscar?
He's committed to acting, man.
Wow. He went full R.
Method.
But yeah, I think he still would have been nominated, but I think they would have given it to Robert Downey, because if you read all the reviews, like, everyone's like, dude, Robert Downey's the top of everybody's review for this film is Robert Downey.
I was so, like, not involved with movies at this time. I don't remember any of that stuff. What you got, Chuck?
It's a little bit of old hat. I have the same hot take that I had for Fight Club and for fucking Team America and a few other movies we've done.
Dusted off an oldie, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
We need to teach media literacy in schools. We've been praising this movie because it's a work of satire. If you take moments out of this film, like, and chop them up into TikToks or Reels, and you have them out of context, it looks like hate speech. It looks even more problematic than it already is, And for example, I remember also, like, this is not a like gross commodity marketing movie. Like, as far as, like, I remember walking into a Spencer's Gifts in, like, 2009, like, during the height of the popularity, like, it's already out on DVD and all that, right. And seeing t-shirts that say, "You never go full R word." With no context.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
bad.
it's like, that's you don't wear a shirt out in public that just says that.
No.
Like, so it's like, it's once again, like, it's more of like a slap on the hand for the actual people that made the shirt, but also, like, just as a society, it's like, dude, it's like, okay, raise your hand. Who can tell me what this movie's trying to say? Wrong. This is what this movie's trying to say. Like, it's just like, it's just as simple as that. It's like, I don't know. We just have to, sometimes there's products that need to be on a, like, not up on a shelf, but just like as a, like, hey, do you understand what they're trying to do here? Do you understand that this is not hate speech?
Yeah.
Oh no, you think this is hate speech? Cool. You don't get to play. We're taking this away from you. Like
Right.
this is, you don't get to watch this. Like, yeah.
So I'll go off of that and just say something I came across in my research for the trivia section. I was trying to, again, I was searching, something that I had no idea had happened, but apparently in 2018. So let's just start with that.
So 10 years,
10 years
like
later.
after.
2018. Shaun White, the snowboarder, right?
Mm-hmm.
He dressed up as Simple Jack for Halloween.
Oh no.
At least it wasn't Lazarus. Like,
I mean, yeah, but but again, that's just one of those things where like, so what was your plan, dude? Like,
Yeah.
out of context, like I'm sure you.
Right.
Please tell me you weren't walking around the party going, muh, muh, muh.
Yeah.
Like one of those things where like, dude, like that's 10 years after the fucking movie came out. Like, it's just so out of context that like, come on, guy.
Yeah, and again, the character, the whole point of the character is to be like making fun of Sean Penn in like I Am Sam and these roles
Yeah.
where we just like are like, oof.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. Like, I don't know why you're spitting on yourself. You're not getting an Oscar for acting this way. Like, this is awful. Don't do this.
Yeah.
well, along the same lines for me, as far as media literacy goes, I kind of wish we'd have had 2 people of color on the show tonight.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually,
Perhaps,
yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps one my age, older, and one maybe younger, around your guys' age, because I think they would disagree. Someone from my era
Like they would both disagree on. Oh, okay.
on how bad it is, or,
Yeah.
or if it's really offensive. Someone from my era, probably more used to seeing what we saw growing up, that it's really bad. Someone from someone who's 20 years old today, post 9/11, doesn't even know that 9/11 was a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
How would they view it? I'm curious.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll find some people to talk to
Yeah.
after this, and we'll put it up as a bonus, like part of the show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that was one of the things that Robert Downey Jr. talked about a lot in his interviews. And again, not that the, totally like not okay age old argument of like, well, all my friends said it was fine is like an acceptable thing,
Yeah.
But he did say that he consulted with like all of his, friends. And again, who are his friends, right? They're rich,
More white
rich,
people.
more. No, sorry, that he consulted with his African American friends. Right?
Okay, okay.
But again, they're rich African American friends.
Yeah,
whatever.
Hollywood
He
people in a
said
bubble,
he said that
yeah.
most pretty much the majority of them were like, yeah, dude, that's fucking hilarious. But then he did have some that were like, yeah, Robert, I don't know about this, and that he totally was like, yeah, I totally respect your opinion, and like I am not going to argue with you on like how you feel about it, because I
There's a
tell you how to feel.
large portion of people out there who could be seriously offended by this.
Sure.
Regardless of the intention.
Yeah.
And that just needs to be realized, I think. And that's all I really have to say about that. My second hot take is that this is the second Zoolander I think we should have got.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Got a lot of the same people, and the second Zoolander didn't land very good.
I got 10 minutes into Zoolander 2
still
and I was like,
haven't seen it.
I can't. This is
I
bad.
also have only watched clips and no interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole time watching this, I was going, why can't Zoolander be this good? Why can't Zoolander 2 have all these people and be this great? Because all
Did
the
he
same.
direct it?
Ben Stiller?
he probably did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I was gonna make the argument that
He did the first one too.
yeah,
Well, yeah,
first,
but-
first one's great, but I just meant like I didn't know he directed the second one, so I was gonna make the argument that like
Yeah.
this is why you got to give it to him.
We had all the same people back in the second one. But yeah, it just didn't. The magic was gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say sequels also. Just this is also a hot take. Don't fucking make sequels for the most like unless you actually have something to say. Like sequels are usually just a cash grab and they're bad.
Yep. And people recognize that now, I think. Mm-hmm. I think people are tired of that, the washing machine thing. Anyways, on to Blue Velvet meets Blue's Clues. What do you guys got?
Yeah.
I have Tropic Thunder meets Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh.
So I have, as they are filming their next project, a murder mystery, the director is mysteriously murdered. So now the actors must use their incredible acting skills in order to find out who the killer is. Yeah, and it's,
I like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, basically
I
just
like that.
the same. Then trying to.
I want to see people's acting
Yeah.
skills solve a mystery.
I went for a movie that's probably already been made. I said Tropic Thunder meets The Terminator. I said, while filming a sci-fi epic,
It's the Predator, man.
I know exactly. The AI-assisted animatronics accidentally turn online and become sentient and start attacking cast and crew.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's good.
That's Predatorminator. I got I want to see this movie mixed with Identity. You guys ever seen that one?
Identity?
Yeah, the
John Cusack.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
I don't want to.
How does this mix?
Well, I want Tug to be the only person actually in the jungle, and all the other characters are in his head.
Yeah,
And
right. Yeah,
he's
he doesn't know what duty is. Yeah.
Yeah. But that would make him dude playing another dude playing another dude playing another dude. Yeah.
All the layers of the onion.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
You should, if you haven't seen Identity, I like it. I don't know how you feel.
I haven't seen it since it came out. I liked it when it came out. I don't know if I like it anymore. I'm curious.
Yeah.
You should do it on the show.
We should. There's a man at the top of the stairs.
Oh, James Mangold. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta check it out.
Do we call it Jules and Vincent, or do you guys have an a la carte?
I got 3 a la cartes.
Oh, damn. Go for
I
it.
got one.
Look at all that purple.
Yeah. For Hans Gruber, Death Fall Award, I just gave it again because I fucking loved it so much. Tug throwing that fucking little kid in the river. So good. I understand he doesn't die. He survives, which I think they had to add that scene. But just like I'm going to go back. These are my people. I'm going to talk to them kind of thing. And then him running across the bridge, getting stabbed in the throat. And he's like, I was wrong. And then just hucks like a 4-year-old into the ocean, like just straight into the river.
I also had one that also didn't die, but I kind of forgot that for a second. But it's equally as funny. Is Flaming Dragons leader Tran getting like, what do you call it? I don't even smushed by Jack Black.
Oh, yeah,
when he like
just like-
runs at him, like you see him crash with like 3 levels. Just-
I also wrote that in my notes. I was like, Jack Black kills a kid in this movie. And then they have like the classic cut where it's like, he's fine.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. For Michael C. Morona, we already talked about it, but I was like, oh, Stiller fucking co-wrote and directed this movie.
Yeah.
And then for like an extra one, just like as a needle drop kind of highlight, the soundtrack
Oh, it's
is
so
pitch
good.
perfect. They play every single goddamn like Vietnamese war film sort of joint. Like it's like you've got your CCR, you've got everything.
Yeah, they do a couple of them. It's not as many as Forrest Gump,
No.
but like
it's pretty close, I think.
It's pretty damn close. You get fucking Run Through the Jungle. You get Fortunate, you get Fortunate Son. You get like all like you get some heavy hitters where you're just like, yeah, you can smell the napalm in the morning. That's all I'm saying.
Got any more, Javi?
No.
Do we call it Jules and Vincent? It's going to surprise you guys, but I'm going to let it live. I think
it live.
it's way too damn funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just despite the what may be seen as problematic.
I thought this was going to be way harder to deal with than it was. Like I was like, oh fuck, we're doing Tropic Thunder. This is going to be rough. And then it was just like, oh no, this movie's a gem.
Yeah.
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 No, absolutely let it live.
A very good form of satire.
Yeah.
I think Chuck was talking about with media literacy, I think people have forgotten what satire is.
Yeah.
Where it's making fun of the people above you and the people who are more powerful than you, as opposed to just being mean, like to the people below you, punching down or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's so well done too. I think again, other than, you could argue, right, the R speech, right? Other than that, I mean, doesn't have a lot of below the belt kind of like,
No.
come on, dude. Like that's not, like it's all pretty funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about it, I think, like, and again, like, not to give away, the whole point and impetus of the Sonic Death Monkey, but like, we talked about it, I think, off mic or during a post-show last episode, where it's like, we were talking about doing this movie, and I was like, oh yeah, I watched a fucking YouTube video the other day that was like, the movie Robert Downey Jr. doesn't want you to see, da-da-da, and I was just like, oh, like, one of those 80s movies where he's super coked out, like Less Than Zero or something like that, like, where he's like, yeah, probably horrendous to like a PA and like all that, and like, basically got canceled.
Yeah.
No, it was Tropic Thunder. And I was like, I think he wants you to see that. He got nominated for an Oscar. Like, I'm pretty sure that doesn't count. Like, I think this was made by a fucking 10-year-old. Like, this is not a real video.
Yeah, it's certainly framed for views, for eyeballs. And
Exactly.
yeah. Any pluggables?
No, just, I would plug the same ones we just plugged on the kids episode. I don't know the release schedule of this, but like those things still apply. Like, please donate to Planned Parenthood. Please donate to any local, like, AIDS treatment facilities, like Face to Face here in Santa Rosa. Yeah, they need your help.
Very good.
Yeah.
On to our Sonic Death Monkey top 5.
So real quick disclosure. So I thought we were. I went with.
God damn it, Javi.
Yeah,
I love this. No, this is exciting.
No. So I went with the roles that were more offensive than RDJ.
Hell yeah. Oh, excellent. So we're all just doing. I don't know which one we're doing.
I think I never confirmed that the second one was. I think Chuck did. He was like, yeah, that sounds.
I gave a thumbs up emoji. I didn't actually confirm it either.
Well, I take that as like a confirmation, and I didn't because I was like, I don't know about that one.
The world doesn't need to see how unorganized we are.
So, but at the same time, my list that I have is kind of like all over the place, and it's kind of weak, to be honest. Like other than like my number one pick,
Yeah.
the other four are kind of like okay, like
I just went for things I went for ones that I thought people should not where they should not make any more movies after these films.
I mean, I think my top two are for sure.
Yeah.
They could be career enders,
Oh, yeah.
but my first three are like, no, they're fine. They can keep having a career. It's just so, but yeah.
Well, if we ever get around to setting out what the top 5 are supposed to be, like other than the day before we record, maybe we can think about it more.
That would be too organized. Luke. Come on.
I have no problem with it being as ragged as it is. It's fun either way.
I mean, it still fits.
I love people bringing different lists for different questions.
I want to say revival, but I was about to say I'm about to make a revival list right now off the top of my head, just so we can all have 3 different top 5.
I think you're up first, Javi.
All right, I'll start off then. So this is funny because this was super recent, and the more I thought about it, I went home and I kept thinking about it, but it just barely was enough to just let me throw it on the list as my number 5. So my number 5 is Stephen Root in Office Space.
Oh.
Because the more I thought about it, and I think I went to work after that, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, because only because his character. I mean, I know he gets the big win at the end, right? He makes off with the checks and everything, but the whole movie's getting punched down on.
Yeah.
Right. So my, criticism that I was like, it's pretty sure he's supposed to, it definitely was based off of people on the spectrum. Right. And again, only because it would have been fine if he wasn't the punchline for a lot of the movie.
Right.
But again, because he does keep getting punched down the whole movie. And only in the very end, we kind of get to see him win. I was like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that role, to be honest. Still love the movie. Still don't change, doesn't change what I said on the podcast. But yeah, so I was like, I'll put that up at number 5. That's a safe number 5, I think so.
Right on.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to blend the questions because it doesn't change my top 5. I think that these movies are all more offensive than Robert Downey Jr. in blackface. And also, fuck these actors. They should have ended their careers after this. So my number 5 is a very little seen movie. It's Christian Slater in He Was a Quiet Man.
What?
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Bad movie. So Christian Slater plays a 9 to 5 zombie, just working in an office, and he has had it up to here, and so he plans on basically shooting up the office. But before he can do it, someone else does it. And that is an interesting concept. Problem is the movie is him being kind of offensively neurodivergent. Mm-hmm. He's also has a talking goldfish that's really poorly CGI animated.
What the fuck?
He also is obsessed with Eliza Dushku's character in the film to a really creepy, uncomfortable level. Mm. And they have a weird romance sort of thing, which I don't want to spoil the movie, but also I don't want to spoil the movie. The whole thing ends up being one of those very cop-out endings of not going to spoil the ending, but you can probably guess. It's one of those oh, whoa, did this happen? Did it not? Who's to say?
Yeah.
Bad movie. Should have ended everybody's career, but they all continued to act after.
Shame on you, Christian Slater.
Exactly.
You know what? He's kind of like another Guy Pearce for me, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
He is too. It's one thing where I'm like, yeah, dude, Christian Slater killed it. And the rest of the time I'm like, oh, you're like Norm Macdonald, but you're not Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald doing a bad Jack Nicholson impression. Yeah, Christian Slater kind of sucks.
Along the same line, for me, my number 5 is Adam Sandler. After Jack and Jill.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Adam should have just ridden off to the sunset and not made the Ridiculous Six or was it the Pause movie?
Click.
Hubie
Halloween, all that.
All that shit that and the voxels or pixels or
Pixels.
Whatever.
Yeah. We got Uncut Gems.
You guys like that? I could have done without it.
Oh
no, I will fight for that movie. Yeah,
love that movie. Yeah,
I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Maybe there's a little bit of me in there. Maybe that's why. Oh God. It was just that great in like 3 days ago.
It's like, oh shit, maybe I'm Julia Fox.
My number 4, again, I'm taking it from like more offensive roles than RDJ, was I actually had another person from Tropic Thunder. I had it was a very small role. I had Maria Menounos, the EW correspondent or whatever. Right, because she criticizes Tug Speedman, and then she does the whole like, oh well, will he make audiences make or
Oh no,
right? And I was just like, again, I remember even back in the day going like, wait a minute, hold on, we're making fun of Stiller's character but then she is supposed to be an anchor on a news show. She can't do that. Like that's not the way the joke works.
Yeah, I took it as like that happened to be that movie's catchphrase. Like there's things from Forrest Gump like we repeat all the time.
Oh, maybe.
I thought maybe that's what that was.
Maybe.
That's why I didn't read. I see what you're saying, but I didn't read.
But it was like a joke on a joke, so I was kind of like, wait a minute, like that doesn't work because now we're stepping away from the film, and
But because of that, I mean, the people, the drug dealers do the same thing. They repeat the same lines, and it's like
I think it's like because I think it'd be like the same thing as being like, well, Mama always say it.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like that kind of thing.
Run, Forrest. Like how many? Like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's just a catchphrase. I thought it was a catchphrase from the movie, even though it's just a stutter and another slightly offensive.
Sure.
fucking thing.
My number 4 is another probably unseen fucking movie. Sorry, this is a very exciting top 5. I had John Travolta as Moose in the movie The Fanatic.
I know exactly what movie you're talking about.
Oh, you told us about this, and I have yet to watch it, but it's on
so
my
bad.
list. I want to check it out.
It's something I watch just like as the goof, like for the lulz kind of thing. I'm just like, oh yeah, like we're gonna watch this really bad John Travolta movie where he plays like a neurodivergent person, and it's directed by Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit.
Oh, our buddy Devin Sawa.
Yeah, Devin Sawa was in it too. It is so bad. It's one of those things. It's like the joke's on you for renting it. Like it's one of those. Like it's fucking. The opening line of the movie is literally John Travolta like running into a business and lightly stuttering and be like, "Can I please take a shit?" Like kind of thing. Like it's just like and then it never goes uphill from there.
I don't want to. This might spoil a future one, but do you have the Rosie one as well?
The Rosie one, I do not.
You see Rosie O'Donnell's?
No.
She made a film where she played a neurodivergent.
Oh.
And it's...
Oh, yeah. See, again, coming from Rosie, that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, they should stop making these characters, I think. Anyways, number 4? That was your 4?
That was my number 4.
All right. My number 4. Oh. I love Halle Berry. Mm-hmm. But after Catwoman...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
I wish she would have disappeared.
Yep.
She's got some questionable moments in her Marvel movies, her X-Men movies, but I don't think she was given that much to do in those, so it's not her fault at all.
No.
All her other movies, she's fantastic in it. Mm-hmm. But whoever made Catwoman, they should take their movie making licenses taken away.
Oh shit!
It's okay.
That's my number 4.
For my number 3, it's funny, I have one that actually fits 2 categories because I took it as more offensive than RDJ, but it also fits the career ender category. Kind of like what Luke just touched upon. It's also a superhero ish thing. So I have Ben Kingsley in Iron Man 3.
Aw.
I love Sir Ben Kingsley. I think Sir Ben Kingsley. He's fucking amazing. He's one of the best actors like ever. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But just as a comic fan, his characters, spoiler alerts, supposed to be playing.
Do you hate him or do you hate what they did with the Mandarin?
Well, I hate what they did with the Mandarin.
Okay.
So I don't hate Ben Kingsley.
But the Mandarin was like this huge, massive, fucking evil person.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like in the comics. I don't think he was an actor. Like,
no, he wasn't. No.
And
they turned him into a punchline. Yeah.
Another Guy Pearce thing, man.
Yeah. And Guy Pearce was, I'm the Mandarin. Like, no, shut the fuck up. You're not. Get out of here. I hate this.
Down the rabbit hole, man.
Yes. It all comes together. But you know what? But
I understand people's
Ben Kingsley took money for that, so it's on you, Ben Kingsley. You wanted
what is on your hands?
You wanted another pool, a second pool for your 2-story house. I don't know, whatever. Like whatever you got out of it. Trip to Disneyland with the kids. I don't fucking know. But
I thought it was funny. He plays the guy. His name's Trevor.
I'm Trevor. Yeah. God, Lord. So yeah.
Everyone hates that movie in total, I think. That was kind of one of my favorite ones.
Oh God.
Just because it was like they're out of ideas and they're just throwing shit at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked the Mandarin because I think it was going to piss everyone else off. That's kind of like my only reason for liking it. So job well done.
My number 3 fits both categories. I've got Johnny Knoxville in The Ringer.
No.
Dude, it's like when it came out, like I remember it being like, oh, this is a bad idea. Like I was just like, fuck, this is maybe don't do this one, Johnny. And then also on the other side of it, I was like, South Park literally, like I'm assuming they were not in correspondence, but I was like, there was literally a South Park episode where Cartman pretended to be in the Special Olympics like a week before.
I wonder how far apart that was.
It was like right around the same time.
I do believe it was a remake of a movie from the 70s.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I'm pretty sure there's an older movie about special ed people, going to compete and somebody sneaking in to like.
Which I'm going to assume is probably even way more offensive.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Probably like Jerry Lewis or something. Doing like a,
Yeah, it's like Bad News Bears, but like so much worse.
See, I would love to do that one on the podcast because I think I've seen it twice, maybe twice.
yeah, I've seen
But
it.
I remember it fondly. Like I remember thinking, again, I don't want to, again, because I just saw this movie, so I don't want to compare it to this movie, but I feel like it was done in a way where it was like, oh, like if you're...
As long as the other characters were given agency to act,
Right.
That's usually an okay thing to watch. They're not being made fun of. They're not the ones...
Right, and that's how I remember. That's how I remember there being a lot of actors who were,
there's a lot of differently.
It's just that Knoxville was putting on the guys and
right. I think most of the joke
overdoing
was
it.
on him of like this guy's a fucking idiot for doing this. So
Yeah.
I would love to do that one. And I think
My number 3, a recent reviewing of this fantastic film, but Jim Carrey, the number 23.
yeah, that's a good one.
Have you guys watched it recently?
no.
Not like super recent, but recent enough to know that it's a bad movie.
It is so bad. My friend over in New York, I was working with. I'll leave his name out because he might not want to be mentioned because he really loves this movie.
Oh no!
So we're doing a movie exchange. I showed him Rounders and he showed me this.
Oh, that's what you got. That's what you got.
You got an exchange.
Which I had already watched, but he built it up and he spoke about it in a way that is something he watched with his father. He connected with. And he liked the movie,
sure.
but oh my God. I think he fell asleep when we were watching it, but I stayed awake and watched the entire thing because I wanted to give it a nugget
Yeah.
of respectability. But it is so bad. So bad. Jim Carrey is so bad in it. Everyone's really bad in it.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Oh yeah, it makes me uncomfortable seeing him like in his like when he's a cool
It's
like
the goth, like the
goth guy.
super
Like
guy.
I'm just like
Which is supposed to represent like the id or something, and the super ego or whatever, and that is a steaming pile of hot trash. I'm sorry, and Jim Carrey should have disappeared after that.
I feel like he almost kind of did after that, and then he got brought back by Sonic.
Well, there's that, but I think he did Men on the Moon after 23.
Is that after?
I think so.
Oh,
He's done a couple of things that are okay afterwards. But man, I was hyped up by the advertising for it too. The number 23, all the previews, everything was fucking amazing. I thought it was going to be another Matrix. I thought there was going to be some revelation about the number 23, and it's like hidden. There's absolutely nothing about it.
no.
Yeah, I
It's
think.
bad.
Yeah, I think I've only seen it that one time in theaters that I saw it, and it was like one of those like take a date. I think it's like a date movie thing, where I like remember like I remember it was pretty cool or whatever, but it was mostly because I was focused on my date or whatever. But I'm sure it's fucking terrible.
Oh man, that was almost my number 1.
Yeah, I've spoken about it on the podcast before, but yeah, I saw that movie super hungover and was like, this movie's brilliant. And then I rented it, and like similar to your date situation, I like rented it like with a date, and then it was just like oh God, I've made a horrible mistake. Like how many brain cells did I kill that day? This is not good in any way, shape, or form. Jesus Christ, I want to crawl into a hole and die.
And it's is it Schumacher or who made
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
It's
I think I'm pretty sure it
a
is.
huge fucking film director.
Yeah, pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
For my number 2, and again, I'll just preface this with saying that, like, up until very, very, very recently, and even I'm still kind of torn about it, just because I'll be honest, like I think this is hilarious, but it has lost a lot of its hilarity because of context.
Yeah.
Again, surrounding the actor, right? Whereas like, and I totally understand why people would already, even before what's come to light, just be like, no, dude, that's really offensive. I'd be like, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
But me personally, and I hope I don't take any of you guys as number ones, because I'm just gonna say like 10 roles in one. But it's all of Rob Schneider's cameos in Sandler's movies, where he plays a Hawaiian person, he plays a Middle Eastern person, he plays a Mexican person, he plays I think another Middle Eastern person. So just
another Mexican.
He plays somebody of Asian descent at some point.
Yeah.
There's just, and I hadn't really thought about how many there were until I really started to think about it. And I was like, oh wait, that's like a lot. Oh yeah. Oh, and then there was Chuck and Larry. Oh, and then there was all this stuff. And
he probably thinks he's a master of disguise, and he just fits in all the roles.
Yeah. And like I said, they when I saw those things, and still they cracked me up. But again, now knowing Rob Schneider's true colors, it makes it like, okay, well, kind of like the Rosie O'Donnell thing, where I'm like, okay, well, you kind of lost your privilege because you're, I don't know if you're joking or not, man. I don't know what your take on this is, right? It's so, yeah.
That's great.
They're slightly tainted for me now.
That's a very dense pick. Like all of them.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Even probably like the hot chick, honestly, because like he plays a lady. And
Sure.
he's like,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
probably has weird views on women's bodies too.
It's been a long time since I've watched a movie with him in it.
Yeah.
Again, those Sandler movies, just all of them.
I think the one that I would
don't give a
love,
shit.
I think the one that I would love to do, because I think it probably is like the best one. Well, other than like whatever, like Punch Drunk Love and stuff like that. 50 First Dates.
I do. I remember that one.
I still think, and I've seen that
different.
summer recently. I think it still holds up.
That was before Jack and Jill, so that was
Sure. Okay.
yeah,
But I have fond memories of that one.
yeah. Sean Astin, the brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's kind of okay. As it's going to sound shitty for me to say, but as a white guy, but I also lived in Hawaii, and I have attachment to the culture and the people there. They did an okay job, I thought.
Sure.
Other than Schneider, who was overdoing it, and it was just annoying. Where are we at?
2
Or 2?
That was my
Yeah. I have Kevin Smith for the film Yoga Hosers. The movie is unwatchable.
I haven't seen it.
I think I got like 10 minutes in, and it was just
Kevin.
like, I was like, dude, I can't do this. And then the thing that like broke my brain is he's a director. He's a filmmaker. He'd been making movies for like easily 15 years by the time this movie came out.
Yeah.
He fucking breaks the 180 rule, which like not, if you're not a film person, the 180 rule is basically like if one character is 180 degrees on this side of the camera and the other one is 180 degrees on that side of the camera, you cannot just make them flip for no reason.
It's very disorienting.
You have to
cutting
physically
between them.
move the camera to make that, because otherwise you're just like, what the fuck? She's on the left side of the screen? How did that happen?
Yeah.
And that movie does it twice.
I think, was he also doing DP? I think he was doing double roles.
Yeah, and also like I've heard that basically the decline, and again, it's no one's fault other than Kevin Smith's, but I've heard like a rumor that like basically after Zach and Miri made a porno, he started smoking a ton of weed after hanging out with Seth Rogen. And so he got very laissez-faire with like a lot of like, oh yeah, man, like, I don't know, we just like, I have an idea and we just like fucking shoot it, bro. Like he started having that mentality.
Right.
And yeah, his art suffered a ton.
Yeah.
And I would say that most of Kevin Smith's work isn't necessarily art. But yeah, his work suffered a ton.
Total side tangent. Did either of you guys watch The Brutalist yet?
Yeah.
Not yet.
No? Okay, they have one of those, like, they break the 180 rule.
Yeah.
But it's, like, very prominent. And I just couldn't figure out, like, what, like I couldn't figure out why they did that.
Yeah, there's...
Like it took me out of the movie for, like, 10 minutes. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I still don't, like...
Yeah.
Why did they do that? Like, why? What was the purpose? I didn't...
Somebody
somebody let me know in the comments of...
Yeah, I still want to watch it. I learned, unfortunately, that it's completely fictitious.
Yeah.
But now that I know that, I'll watch it that way. Number 2, I don't think this guy should have been like, exiled from cinema at all after this. But after The Dark Tower,
Oh, okay, good. I was like,
Hey, I own that on DVD.
I know. I can't
Blu-ray.
Can't wait to watch it with you.
man, Luke, I was like, don't apologize for Polanski right now.
Oh no, those guys are rightfully canceled, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Elba's fault. The whole Dark Tower thing.
Oh yeah, not at all.
Talk about a studio fucking over a filmmaker. But yeah, the everyone who was in this movie probably hid for a while. Mm-hmm. If anyone saw it, I don't think anyone saw it.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the series, and I did not see it. I was just like, ooh, like I was like, they're making one movie, and it's like 80 minutes. I was like, fuck. I was like, nah, dog, not for me.
And it's a part one. Like they were expecting to make like 3 more, but yeah, McConaughey in that too. Yeah, as Flag, not good. I should have put him on here. Number 1, Javi.
Number 1, something that even the first time that I saw it, I knew. I was like, wait a minute, that's not okay. I definitely laughed at like just the absurd offensiveness of it.
Right.
But I was like, this is fucking wild. And in this film, totally the fuck left field, like for no reason. My number 1, I have Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh yeah, he just full out.
The Chinese character, right?
Yeah, Japanese. I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I got it.
It's like it's exactly what you.
I was trying to think of who that was, and I just haven't seen that movie, so I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
fucking wild. And again, there's no reason it should have happened. Like,
but a sign of the times. Like if you watch any TV show from that era, there were no actual Japanese or Chinese people on TV. They were played by white people, mocking them, and
yeah, it's
not good.
Yeah, wild, and especially in like such a like pretty like revered movie. It's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. What can you say about America? It's pretty much always been racist and blind to it. With that, Chuck.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a great
1?
transition. I went in blind to this movie, having only seen one of his films prior. I was like, oh yeah, like that movie was fucking great. I'll watch another film. My number 1 is Manhattan by Woody Allen.
Oh,
I got like 15 minutes in again, and I was just like, oh no, oh no. Wait, what? Like, what do you mean we have doubts about him being a predator? Like, he made a movie saying, hey guys, I'm a predator. Like, holy shit, like Manhattan is bad. Like, I've never finished it. I got like, it's the one where basically he's like in a love triangle with like an ex-wife, a literal high schooler, and then like an upcoming ingenue. And it's like, it's one of those like, oh yeah, like he's real conflicted about dating the high schooler, not because of the age, but because like that's probably the choice.
Of all the movies we've done recently that were also meant for Woody Allen to play, I'm so happy. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
So what was the final thing? He married his like 18-year-old
adopted
stepdaughter.
After multiple abuse allegations and all that too. So there's like a lot of it's very icky.
God damn.
It's very all the warnings at the beginning of the podcast are about this specific topic. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a long list. Anyways, my number 1, very close to Breakfast at Tiffany's, but Short Circuit. Fisher Stevens.
Oh,
plays
that's
an Indian gentleman from India, and he's very much not from India.
Yeah,
and he's very much doing the stereotype thing. And I'm afraid to watch that movie again.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. As a kid, I thought he was Indian.
Yeah. I thought it was someone else. I never put the two together until someone mentioned that that's what he did that.
Rough. Real rough.
And it's kind of, thanks for ruining my childhood. Because I love him in fucking Hackers.
Yeah.
He's great as the Plague, and his other roles. But man, what a fucked up place we live in, man. With that brings us to the end of our show. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening, I've been Luc Londe.
I have been Javier Martinez.
I've been Chuck Starzenski.
And we have been the Nostalgia Killers.
Bang.
Bang, bang.